What is up, everybody? We have our Lords of Limited Showdown video here for the month of January. This is our first Theros Beyond Death Showdown video. My name is Ben Warney, aka Mr. Metronome, and Ethan is over here 2 seats away from me, Lord Tupperware. We opened a sweet one. We've got an Ashiok Nightmare Weaver here, so we're going to be taking that. I also am pretty sick, so if I randomly stop talking, that was me muting the microphone to hack up a lung, so I'll do my best to avoid coughing in your ear. Next best cards in the pack here, I think, are Agonizing Remorse, Final Death, Dreadful Apathy, and then maybe like Chimera, Caryatid Hero. And I think I like, it's getting close for me with Remorse and Final Death. I think I still like Final Death better, but I think I would go Final Death, Remorse, Apathy. Maybe you're supposed to take Apathy over Remorse as well, but Remorse has been very, very impressive for me, especially in Sealed, but in Draft as well. It's definitely pulled its weight. Hopefully we don't get horrifically cut out of black here. Also worth noting, we could get into green and play green-blue or green-black and splash the Ashiok, or we need to be on the lookout for, altars and Traveler's Amulets. This is a pretty weak pack. Best card in the pack here is probably Impending Doom, maybe. On the other cards that stand out to me, Thirst for Meaning, Vexing Gull, Alter Chimera, Caryatid. I think I'm supposed to take Caryatid here, although I really don't want to splash. I guess if we are splashing, though, green's the thing to do. So maybe we take Caryatid as what looks to be maybe the second most powerful card in the pack. We're definitely not Impending Dooming after starting with an Ashiok. This is like 95% to make my deck right now. Okay. So we have a choice here of Soul Reaper, Thirst, Amulet, Nyx Herald, I suppose, Mogis's Favor, Hero of the Pride. I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do here. My gut is saying take a blue or black card to try to get deeper into one of those colors for Ashiok, but everything is so flat here in power level. Like, none of these cards, based on the archetype we're heading to, stand out. Like, Alseid performs if you get into that archetype, but it doesn't push you into that archetype. And same with the heroes. I mean, we just have Ashiok, so we have to try to get deeper into blue and black. I think I'm going to take Thirst, but I don't feel great about this pick at all. I'm pretty wary of going deep into black, though. Ooh, Sweet Oblivion? All right. Excuse me for 1 second here. I might get a good cough out. Alright, we're back. So, this pack is interesting. There's some blue and black cards. There's a Forerunner. I'm going to take the Stinging Lionfish. We've seen some of the blue Draw Gull cards for that control deck that plays Vexing Gull, and I'm not super confident in drafting that deck, and I would like to try to figure it out a little bit more. I think you could make an argument for Lampad or Starlit Mantle, maybe, or Forerunner. I mean, there's nothing crazy exciting for us here. Okay, so this blue deck is looking pretty open with Lionfish, Gull, and Naiad still here. I think I'm most interested in Lionfish. Good 2-drops have felt, although this ties to Mogis's Favor, that really does feel like a drawback at this point in the format because so many people are playing black and so many people have a Mogis's Favor. Maybe that makes me want to take Vexing Gull. I'm definitely not on Naiad. Like, these cards all just look so blech to me. Even now that we're in this deck and maybe we have some direction, I think I'm going to take the Gull. And trust Ethan. Ethan's pretty high on the Gull. Alright, we can take a second Gull, a Sentinel's Eye. So black not being open. So looking like we're going to be either base blue, a little bit of black in pack 2, or blue-green splashing the Ashiok. Either of which is fine. I think Witness is enough better than Gull here, especially if we're going to be blue-green rampy stuff. Although again, I'm not 100% certain about this pick. I really do love Sentinel's Eyes quite a bit, but we are way far away from that deck. I think I'm going to take the Gull and keep my curve lower. Alright, another Sentinel's Eyes. There's a Skull of Grove Dancer as well as a Return to Nature. I would expect Ethan to be getting into the white aggressive deck right now, I think. Just based on what we've shipped. But maybe not. We don't know what he opened. I think we take a Skull of Grove Dancer here. I could see Seagad scoring as well. That's a lot less impressive in this deck, though, than it is like a blue-green go big deck. Yeah, I think I like Grove Dance. Although we're not... it's still just an enchantment creature. Blue-green should have some enchantment synergies. Take a training here over nothing, I think, and keep shipping this red along. We could also take a Flummox Cyclops. There's a Chimera that could wheel. This training, though, giving a Gull +1/+0, that seems pretty strong to me. Ooh, Caryatid Wield? Wow, okay. Ramping an Ashiok sounds pretty sweet. Alright, another Vexing Gull. So now we just need to pick up some Deny the Vines. Vexing Gull in. I think it's better than Triton Wave Rider even in blue-green. Alright, we've got a Traveler's Amio. That basically locks up the Ashiok Splash for us, so that's really nice on the wheel. Forerunner Wheeling. That was one of the better cards in that pack, so that's a good sign as well. I think we're in the right lane. I've been very impressed with Wings of Hubris. Would definitely like access to one of these on the board. Although a lot less excited once we have 3 Vexing Gulls. So Ashiok living up to their name. Got the old Splashiok going on. Okay, get some serious cards here. There's a Temple, a Renata, and a Lionfish. I think Renata is just good enough that we have to take Renata here. It's the best card in the pack, I think, and feels good to be taking the best card in the pack. Would love to wheel this Temple in some world where people didn't rare draft for ticks. I can't imagine this is many ticks at this point. Thirst would also be a nice wheel. Lionfish would also be a nice wheel. Let's get Renata in here. So we're on the lookout for Blue Omen and Deny the Divine. I think those are the commons we want the most right now. As well as a Warbriar's Blessing or, you know, a Typhon. Like any of the blue and green top commons is what we're out on the lookout for. Whoa. Okay. That's concerning. Because we passed a lot of good white and red. So that makes me wonder what the heck our neighbor's doing. I mean, I can't take any of that, though. That is a stacked pack. I think I just have to take... We don't want a Riptide Turtle in this deck. guess we take Ichthyomorphosis as like our first piece of pseudo removal, and we have these gulls to fly over it, so it doesn't feel so bad. Okay, apparently everyone is just trying to draft black. I am pretty off black in the format right now, I think, especially after LR came out and said that black is the best color by a million miles. So, I could take a third carry added here. I guess I could have jumped ship on blue. Like, red was open enough pack 1. But then we're missing the fixing for Ashiok. Huh. Wonder if there's a world where I was supposed to take that Tectonic Giant and try to get into blue-red. I think I'm just going to take carry added here. And then we can sort of do whatever we want splashing-wise. Ooh, Horn Beetle, that's a nice late pickup. It's the Tarmogoyf, as it were. Chimera, we would also be happy with, especially after picking up this Horn Beetle. Plus, our first escape card is just good, whether it's a Chimera or a Typhon. But Horn Beetle, that is, would kill for a Blue Omen. Nyx Blumation, not really what we're after. Warden of the Chained. There was another one of these dudes going around late. I wonder if I just got stuck on blue because of this Ashiok. It feels worth getting stuck on blue for the Ashiok, though. So the question is, with 3 carry addeds, how deep do we want to go? Could just take a Brine Giant as a fine big card. I don't have that many enchantments running around, but presumably we'll pick up more. And like with the carry addeds, this gives us something excuse me, to ramp 2. Ooh, Binding of the Titans. Either a creature or land card. We're not really taking advantage of that. I think Mystic Repeal looks better in this deck to me than Binding. I'm gonna cough real quick. Give me a second. Alright, Mystic Repeal, I think pretty clearly out of this pack. Black seems horrifically overdrafted this table. So, Omen, nice pickup. I think it's better than Nyxborn Seaguard. Now, we really can take anything that's easily splashable at this point in pack 3 that gets passed to us. I think I like a Return to Nature, my first copy of that, more than I like a Moss Viper or Setessan Training, even after Mystic Repeal. Thirst Wheeling's nice. Maybe play it, maybe not. A lot less excited about the second copy. Wow. Hero of the Nyxborn lapping the table. Okay. I mean, I think we gotta ship it along. Take a Riptide Turtle for the board. Hunt Master, sure. I wonder how many black drafters there are at the table. It feels like at least 4 or 5. Although then there's this Charger here. Like, what the heck, people? Oof. Should have taken that other Warden. We might splash that yet with the Nessian Beetle. We'll have to see what happens. So I feel like I tunneled pretty hard on this Ashiok, but I feel like I'm supposed to tunnel pretty hard on the Ashiok. Like, as far as wanting to put it in my deck. I think if I hadn't had Ashiok, there'd have been a point. Like, I think green-red is what got passed to this seat the most. Feels like that would have been where we would have ended up had we not had a card the power level of Ashiok to consider. But I think Ashiok's worth it. I guess we'll find out. Got all these slow pokes up here. So one of the things I've been running into in the format is like knowing that black is far and away the best color, I think, since the spoiler came out, and wanting to get into it, but everybody else knowing that and wanting to get into it as well. Like, it just feels like this weird tension. Okay, so Nylea's Intervention, we could have gone pretty deep. I don't think we want Nylea's Intervention now at this point in the draft. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards we can cast at instant speed 6 with Mystic Repeal. I'm not particularly interested in the second Stinging Lionfish. I kind of like Chainweb Arachneer. We kind of just want to turtle up and protect Ashiok, and I think this is one of the best ways to do that. And especially as our only escape card at the moment. Seems pretty good to me. So we're shipping along a Woe Strider. And maybe there's a world where we get lucky and wheel a Chimera. I guess we could escape this Woe Strider. We're not doing that much with it though. I don't think it's worth a splash. Ooh, Chimera. Alright, so we have Setessan training to combo with it right now. Which is not exciting, but we can be on the lookout for stuff the rest of this pack. There's another Warden of the Chain that we probably will wheel, I assume. If the other one went as late as it did, but Chimera is an excellent pickup here. So look on the lookout for a Starlit Mantle now to, excuse me, give all of our creatures hexproof. So Chimera, get in. Shoal Kraken. Omen Hunt, Final Death, Mire's Grasp. So what? What? I am so confused. I mean, I will splash a Final Death. We need removal. We have Triple Care added. We have this Traveler's Amulet. I think Final Death is a better splash than Mire's Grasp. So let's get Final Death in here. Enigmatic Incarnation. It's actually not great in our deck, unfortunately. So, yeah, really doesn't get there in our deck. We only have the one Omen. You really need both the blue and the green Omens to really use Enigmatic Incarnation to its full potential. I think we take Witness here as just a powerful 5-drop threat to ramp into with our Caryatids. Binding of the Titans. Is this any more exciting? I don't think so. We still don't really have any creatures we care about getting back. We have more enchantment stuff to maybe care about another Thirst. We haven't seen a single Deny the Divine. I kind of just want another Nylea's Forerunner. I think. I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it. Although maybe we just want... Maybe we're worried about flooding out. I already have another Thirst for Meaning, though. Yeah. I'm going to take this Nylea's Forerunner. Treacherous Blessing. That is a card that gets there with the old Enigmatic Incarnation. We could assume that that's going to wheel. That would be our only way to sacrifice it. Oh, we could also return it with Chimera? Alright, I can't pass that up. And then we see if the Enigmatic Incarnation wheels. That'll be a spicy brew. I'm a lot less excited about Chimera once we have Arachnir. So apparently everybody realized everybody was drafting black, and now no one's drafting black. We'll take a Naiad here over Hyrax Tower Scout. Or maybe we take a Triumphant Surge. Nah. Naiad's good to pitch to Thirst. Ooh, we could also take Aspect with the Chimera. That feels like going a little deep, though. Second Brine Giant's nice. What is Daxos doing here? Oh, man, this hurts my soul. Do we care about an Omen yet? A Black Omen? I don't think so. I think we just want a second big boy. Alright, now Leah's Intervention, sure. Warden of the Chain, sure. I'm not going to play that, right? I should just take Memory Drain. I don't think we play the Memory Drain, though. Alright, Chimera Wheeling is nice. I think that's better than Shoal Kraken. Devoured Memory. So we didn't get back the Enigmatic Incarnation. Interesting. And kind of sad. That probably means we don't splash Treacherous Blessing. So we've got a lot of creatures here. I kind of would like to play this second Thirst for Meaning. We need 4 cuts. I kind of am okay with all of our stuff. I could see cutting a Gull. Because we're not really doing draw go stuff. And it's not an enchantment. I think I like Setessan Training okay. Kyriads are untouchable. We didn't really get there with the Chimera. Still fine as a 3/2 enchantment flyer, though. I think both Thirst is good. Have we cut this Naiad? Maybe we cut a Thirst. We're pretty... Although Thirst digging for Ashiok feels good. I could see cutting a Brine Giant. Could see cutting a Lionfish. It's not particularly impressive. I think Skull of Grove Dancer is better with the Arachnir and the Chimera. Or maybe we're just supposed to cut a Forerunner. It's pretty mopey. Although, we do want to ramp into stuff. Yeah, let's cut a Lionfish. And then we need one more cut. Or we could run 16 lands, honestly. I don't think that's crazy. We only ever need single blue. And we have triple Caryatid. Our deck folds to Mogus's favor so hard. What to cut? What to cut? I think a Gull is on the chopping block. Maybe it just is a Gull. I think it's like Gull. Yeah, I'm in for cutting a second Gull. Which feels kind of bad, but I think we just want to go up the board and draw Ashiok and win with Ashiok. I do not need 2 swamps. So like this seems good. All right, that'll do it. See you in the games.
All right, so here we go. 2 seats to the left of Ben getting shipped. It's so funny. We were just talking about how, right before we started the draft, how much better black is than everything else. And that sort of seems to be consensus. I don't think that's much of a hot take or a debate or news, really. But, like, how do you contend with that? Like, are you supposed to just, like, force black because it's the best and just be one of the 4 people at the table who gets to draft black? Or are you supposed to do something else? Are you supposed to try and, draft a not black color and avoid it? Anyway, I don't think we have much of an option here, as Elspeth's Nightmare is the second best uncommon in the set, in my opinion, and is the best card in the pack by quite a margin here. Kunaros is cute. Omen of the Forge, here's the Revel, so passing a few red cards. So we're going to take Nightmare and see what gets shipped our way. And now we have the choice between Mire Triton and Entrancing Lyre. Lyre's very good. Rare missing out of the pack. I would like it with a card like Nightmare and with a card like Triton. There's a part of me that kind of wants to try and stamp my foot into black. It's not really a phrase, but stamp my foot as the black player. I don't know, put my foot down. One of those phrases. And take Mire Triton here, as I think it's a really good card. And the fact that if Hierophant is 4 mana 3/3 Death Touch draw card, then Mire Triton's pretty close to 2 mana 2/1 Death Touch draw card, and it gains you life. So I think that it's perhaps better than Lyre, but Lyre being colorless is close. I'm gonna take the Triton here. We'll see what gets shipped here out of Ben's pack to us if he avoided black or whatever. So we're gonna grab that here. All right. Wow. Okay. So it looks like he's on the avoid black plan. Agonizing Remorse versus Final Death is interesting, and then no matter what, we're shipping a black signal. So in the efforts of signaling, I'm gonna take Final Death because I think I could be at a table of people who do not think Agonizing Remorse is that good. Now, Agonizing Remorse, I think, in a vacuum, is better than Final Death. This card has just been incredibly powerful. Certainly much better in sealed, but I still think very, very good in draft. Really being able to nab a card out of your opponent's hand is great. The fact that this goes to your graveyard, the card used to take from your opponent goes to exile, is worth something. I think it's possible, we could wheel like an Omen out of this pack. There's a Hero, a Chimera, and a Caryatid here. All as good non-black cards, and if people have some misevaluations of black cards, I could see we could get an Omen or a Lampad of Death's Vigil here on the wheel. We'll see. And then obviously it's just gone immediately. I think I will just continue to take black cards. Discordant Piper 4th is obviously not where you want to be. Another Mischievous Chimera is interesting. I still don't really think Blue-Red is a very good deck, but I could see a world where we were supposed to, we could take Chimera last. I mean, I don't think there's a world where after going black card, and we see the pack that we just saw, that I'm supposed to not take a black card. That seems crazy to me. But just have to be aware about what we're doing here and how we may be fighting over this color with a number of people at our table. If Piper were not here, it's interesting. I don't know. Would I just take Altar? I could see taking like War Leader, as it's fairly decent in black-red, but don't have to make that decision here. Now we continue to see good cards in other colors. Another Hero, an Oracle, and a Nyx Herald. I think all cards that are better than the black cards in the pack. Mogis' Favor is a card that I like quite a bit, as keeps going up for me, and I think is going to be my pick out of this pack. I generally want a sweet spot of like 3 to 4 escape cards. And this actually isn't the worst in multiples, as you can sometimes fill up your yard and then you can kill X2s or whatever. So it's not the worst. I think I would take Soul Reaper here if that weren't in the pack. And then I think I would take Amulet if that weren't in the pack. Amulet's a card. I think one of Amulet in cards that are trying to escape, even just 2-color decks, in decks that are trying to escape, even if they're just 2 colors, I should say, is very good. As it just, it's a land that then adds a card to your graveyard. So we'll take the Mogus's Favor. That between Soul Reaper, I think, is close. Certainly nice now that we get a Lampad of Death's Vigil 6th, and we just continue to carve out black as our only color in our seat. I've been doing this recently. I start to order in CMC at the end of pack 1, but I just like to remember what the order of the cards that I took is. That sort of, I think, helped me figure out some signaling stuff sometimes. So I'm going to take Lampad here. If Lampad weren't here, I think I would just take the Marauder. If Marauder were not here, there's a thought to Sweet Oblivion. We are sort of setting ourselves up as a good blue-black control deck, but Lampad, that is. Lampad has been very impressive to me. I still think you want basically just one in a red-black sacrifice deck. I had 2 of them in a black-white aggro deck with 4 Pious Wayfarers, and it did quite a bit of work. I haven't played with this card yet. I think there's some cuteness to it, especially in a sacrifice deck, that I think I'll take it here again as a black card. I like Wings of Hubris in most green decks, and I like having access to it in almost all of my decks. It's certainly a late Warden of the Chained, letting us know that at least a few people to our right are not into red-green just yet. But all these other cards seem fairly medium, and I think there's just value in continuing to stay only one color. Now we finally find a pack with not a single black card, so I'll take what I consider to be the best card and the best card to pair with what we have, which is Skull Grove Dancer. I think if Grove Dancer weren't here, I might be inclined to take a Denial, or even Sentinel's Eyes. Could set ourselves up, depending on if we get the creatures, to be a more aggressive deck. So I think that's it. Not a bad way to start a draft. We have not passed much black. We'll keep the minions return in the sideboard for now, but 6 solid black playables to start the draft, and then a potential 7th and a Grove Dancer in a potential 2nd color seems good to me. Take the Funeral Rites. Happy to play the first copy of these in most black decks, especially if we get some escape action, more than just Mogus's Favor. Obviously, Pharika Spawn would be the best. If this weren't here, I think Return to Nature would be my pick. Happy to run 2 of these effects main deck and have any number of them in the sideboard. I did play against an opponent yesterday who was on Bant enchantments, and I had 2 of those effects main deck and 3 in the sideboard. Brought them all in, had all 5 for game 2. Felt really, really good. So there are times when you'll want as many of those as you can get. Yep, just gonna, again, this is a medium black card. It's probably the 2nd worst black card behind Fruit of Tizerus, but I do think has a home if we are in an aggressive deck, and we certainly could be. Not looking like we are now, but certainly could be. So we'll take the Temple Thief, and there is that Fruit of Tizerus. This was the pack that had the 100 black cards, so I'm not surprised that none of them wheeled. None of the other ones, rather. I'll take the Soul Guide Lantern. Again, as sideboard tech against other escape decks, it seems good. Sure, cut black. Sure. Just cut black. And Altar could end up doing something if we get a Timoret, or if we re-rack our draft at the GP and get past Erebos. That's not really what you want to see, and thankfully it's not money, so we don't have to worry about taking it. Though we're in full try-hard mode in these Showdown videos. This is going to be, I think, just a boring Mire's Grasp for us. Great removal spell. Best black common. Only black card in the pack. So that's nice that we get to take that. Down the road, wheeling Amulet wouldn't be the worst. But other than that, it's hard to imagine wheeling something that's valuable to us. Chimera will be gone. Caryatid will be gone. Blessing will be gone. Huntmaster should be gone. So we'll just take the Grasp here and move on with our lives. Really nice start to a removal suite of Grasp, Nightmare, and Final Death. Happy with that for sure. 1 sack outlet would like more. 1 piece of sack fodder would like more escape cards, obviously. But, pretty happy with where we're at. Ding. All right, that's going to be color number 2 if we can do it. We've got 1, 2, 3 enchantments so far. Grove Dancer will come in. That's number 4. Could see playing a Minions Return with Setessan Champion for sure, but that's going to definitely be a pickup here, and we're going to try our best to stick to green as well. If Champion were in the pack, I think I would feel similarly about taking Hornbeetle and trying to stay green. This is, I think, the best green uncommon. And then we do have 4 black cards that in pack 1, I'm not surprised to see all those black cards taken out of that pack where Fruit of Theros wheeled. But in pack 2, I think we hopefully may have pushed enough people off of black that maybe there's 3 other black drafters at the table and one of these 4 cards could wheel. And even if it's just Harpy, I might be okay playing it. So 4 black cards, 2 other green cards, and then fairly good. Like the Chimera will be gone, maybe a few white cards. So I could see wheeling something out of that pack. And Hateful Eidolon is feels like another bing for us, considering we've got the Grasp and the Favor already. And with Setessan Champion under our belt, it's another enchantment for that. So that feels like some really nice synergy for this deck. So I'll grab that. The Ancient is not a card that I think is worth considering triple green, and it's it's very color committing. Almost always you would like to have like that 7 mana for a 5/5 trample. I think usually you'd like the 6 mana 6/7 at common more than that. And we're continuing to see green flowing here. 3 cards that I like very much. I'm going to grab the Warbriar Blessing. Again, makes Eidolon and Setessan Champion better. It gives us more removal. If this weren't here, I really would value Binding of the Titans. And I could see if I'm at a table where people don't know how good this card is, that it could wheel. Mystic Repeal, I think the cat's out of the bad bag with this card. Basically Swords to Plowshares. So I'm going to grab the Warbriar Blessing out of this pack. And then seeing some good black, more removal. Feeling good about our lives here. Blight Breath Catablepus will be our pick here. I could see a world where Omen with the Setessan Champion is playable, but I think I would rather not. And I still haven't drank the Kool-Aid here with Farika's Libation. I don't think this card is main deckable. I guess in a pinch, it could be. Wow. Now we get to grab a Binding of the Titans, which I'm very happy about. Again, works well with the Champion, fills up our graveyard. We don't have any escape other than the Favor just yet, but I anticipate that we can get there. I do want to end up with a copy of at least one Return to Nature. And Setessan Training is quite good as well. Setessan Training I could see even being better because it goes with the Hateful Eidolon, but our creature count's kind of low at the moment for me to want to take Training over Binding. Here we'll grab an Omen of the Dead. Really nice to have that with Champion. Don't maybe need to worry about the minions return. Soul Reaper of Mogus actually... Maybe I should be taking Soul Reaper here over the Omen. Yeah, I really want to make sure I have an Omen, but Soul Reaper is nice with Champion as well and ups our creature count. Huh. This is close for me. I don't really need card advantage at the moment. Like, I've got Funeral Rites, I've got Binding, I've got Champion. Yeah, I don't know what the pick is here, but I'm going to take the first Omen over the first Soul Reaper. We are looking fairly grindy, so I don't love a creature that can't block, but it does have escape, and I will play it. Late here, the Nyxborn. I wonder if Ben's in red-white, if that's going to make its way to him. But we'll take the Charger. I'm not convinced we want to main deck it. We did wheel the Amulet and the Huntmaster, but I'm going to take the Amulet here. I think we don't have the escape stuff yet, but we're in the colors that want to escape, and I just hope that we can get a couple more. Again, we have the Underworld Charger, but I'm going to take that over Nylea's Huntmaster, but that could be incorrect here for sure. Nice. Getting Chimera is a huge pickup here, as anticipated. Now we saw there were 4 black cards here, and 2 of them come around, and both of these are, totally serviceable. But Chimera is a great pickup for us. Another Charger, another Warden. Looks like no one's in red-green. I'll take the Charger over Gift of Strength, though I have liked Gift of Strength out of the sideboard. I'm just going to take it to keep taking some black cards. Now I'll take Gift of Strength over Funeral Rites and sure, some white cards, and of course another Fruit of Theros. So on the removal front, we're great. On the power level and card draw front, we're great. Like, we could even consider not running this Funeral Rites. I'd like 2 more escape cards. Like, a couple Voracious Typhons would really round out this deck, I think, in a very meaningful way. Maybe some more 2s, some other things that work with Hateful Eidolon, maybe up our enchantment count, like get a Soul Reaper of Mogus. But I gotta say, I'm very, very happy with where this this deck is going right now. I think two more escape cards would be gas. I don't know what the hell this is doing going last pick. Oh, and a Return to Nature. A Return to Nature or two would be ideal as well. So we'll see if Ben can open some black cards and ship them our way. Farika's Spawn, probably top of my list here, as it often will be with a black deck. But synergy seems high. Value and removal seem high in terms of what we've got in our deck, right? We've already got 4 removal spells plus Mogus's Favor. So pretty happy with where we're at. Got Recursion with Omen and Binding. Yeah, and we see some options here, quite a few black cards. It's interesting between Inevitable End and Mire Triton number 2, what the pick is. I'm just talking about... Actually, normally I think it would be close, but with Hateful Eidolon and Setessan Champion, I think that's going to push heavily towards Inevitable End in its favor. Only green cards are Tower Scout and Caryatid. Caryatid I'm very, very down on in green-black. Just feels like it's not what the deck is about, and it often feels like an irrelevant body that doesn't make its way to the graveyard easily without you just feeling like you've chumped with it or something. Tower Scout I wouldn't mind, actually. 3 mana 3/3 has felt fairly decent. Came in pretty low on this card, but will be fine to play it. And I think wheeling a black card isn't crazy. Like an Nyxborn Marauder would really slot in this deck pretty nicely with a Setessan Champion. So Inevitable End, get in. And now we've got Agonizing Remorse versus Setessan Training. I do really value the synergy that this card provides, but I think the power level of Agonizing Remorse in this deck, or in general, and then adding it to just like how much 1-for-1ing we can do in this deck, and then recur some stuff and really win along attrition game. I think Agonizing Remorse is going to help in that respect. So I'm going to take that over Training. Again, our creature count is low. Obviously, I could bring in a Thief or a couple Chargers. Feel still pretty reticent to add Chargers to a deck like this, as I think blocking is going to be important, but we'll see what happens. So now we're going to see the Mr. Metronome pack. The Ben Werney pack here coming up. Seeing what he got to Y me open and ship our way. So I feel fairly confident that he is not in black, probably after our conversation and after the pack that we saw that was so stacked with black cards. I would imagine he would steer. Oh my god. I swear it's not scripted. I didn't know that he had a Why Me Woe Strider. Woe is me, Strider. Yep, that's just about perfect. It's a phenomenal escape card. It just goes in this deck so perfectly. Yeah, that's a slam dunk right there. And a Soul Reaper of Mogus. Glad that I've held out to not take one just yet. But the Soul Reaper is a good pickup. Again, triggering the champion, just giving us another creature. 3 mana 2/3 blocks fine. Not interested in the Caryatid at all. Oh baby, another Mire's Grasp and a Loathsome Chimera that I'd be happy to play. That would be our 4th escape card. But Mire's Grasp, obviously, again, makes the Hateful Eidolon insane, makes our champion much better. So happy to pick that up. I mean, this deck is really good. This is a very, very good deck. I would be happy to have this in any draft setting, and especially happy to get to play against Ben with it. I think he will not be happy. I hope he's got some. Well, you guys have already seen what he's got, but this feels like a pretty strong deck. Freakish Spawn would be great, but I think that's probably not going to happen, as we've already seen 5 picks. I imagine he's the one holding us up here. Yeah, tank. Okay. Oh, I guess no. This person? No, two of us. Okay. Couple more creatures. No Typhons is a bummer. But maybe we'll just wheel like a Nyxborn Marauder or something out of our first pack. Not much to speak of here. Enigmatic Incarnation is a possibility. I mean, we have some, like, potting up some of our 2-drop auras. Like, what? Like Blessing. Like, it doesn't do a lot for us. And we have nothing to pot up to and 4. Probably just take the Harpy. Harpy's fine. Wow, another Inevitable End. Removal dot deck. I think I'm going to take that over Binding, though Binding is interesting. Yeah, I think Inevitable End is just... Honestly, and Grim Physician is good too, and Plummet for the board, though I think we have plenty of removal main deck. I think Inevitable End is just, again, so good with Eidolon and Champion that's what I'm going to take here. And another Chimera. That's gas. So that's our 4th escape card, which I think is going to be really, really good for us here. I would be happy with a Piper. I don't think I want another Lampad. And just wheeling the world here for us. I think I'll take the Nyxborn Marauder over Lampad, over Tower Scout. And then is there something that I can... What can I upgrade here? If I am going to take this 4-3. I mean... Really got like cream of the crop style stuff. Like maybe Harpy gets cut for the 4-3. I mean, maybe Loathsome Chimera gets... Maybe we just have the 3. Another Omen is nice. Another Charger. I'm basically just playing Amulet for a land. I think it's going to be really good in this deck. So I only am looking for 1 cut at the moment. I think it's just going to be Harpy, but I could see it being Chimera. Like, we're quote-unquote soft to flyers, but we have so much removal that I think that's not going to really be an issue. Yeah. I think that's going to do it for me. 2 Chimeras, Woe Strider, and Mogus's Favor as our escape cards. Omen of the Dead and Binding as ways to get stuff back. Tons of removal. Catoblepas, Final Death, Nightmare, End. Blessing, Grasp, Remorse, Favor. So good. So I think 9-7 will be the... Silly Modo. Yeah, 9-7 I think will be the split with Amulet. And we'll ship it. I'm excited to play this deck. See you in the round. All right. I've won the die roll. I have graciously let my clock time down.
Yeah.
I will play first, and I will keep.
I will also keep.
Ooh.
How about that red and white flowing around the table?
And red-green, the 2 Wardens.
Yeah, I think my seat was supposed to be red-green. I just had something that prevented me from doing that.
Oh, no. That sounds like a dream trawler. Okay. But I've never gotten to play with these lands.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Why do we have these lands?
I don't know. I guess because it's freeform? I don't know.
That's spicy.
It's pretty cool. Green, blue.
So you are not white either.
No.
Interesting.
I am not white.
I would have expected you to be red-white based on what I was passing. So you opened a Bomby Bomb?
No.
So were you the person that cut black so hard in pack 2?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
So we've got a couple options here. I think... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go crack this. Find a forest. Play a forest, and you know what they say, bolt the bird or whatever.
Oh, rude. Very rude.
Draw first blood here.
Nothing to see here.
No. What could you possibly have? 3 mana. Yeah, I'll let you, whatever. You can flash in your Gull. You can cast one of your 12 Thirst for Meanings.
Flash in a Gull.
Okay.
Interesting. So let's Hulk Smash.
First blood.
Yeah. I think tap out for this bad boy.
All right. Oh, baby. Value.
Look at that value.
Value. Interesting. I think I'm just going to do that.
Okay.
And smash.
I accept. Well, this is awkward. Ugh. Let's do this.
Ooh, thirsty on your own turn. Had to get water before the game, still thirsty.
Pitch an enchantment, I think.
Pitching Nylea's Forerunner. Go ahead and pop out these graveyards.
Boom.
Horny Bee.
Horny bee,
Okay.
indeed.
Okay.
The Grove Dancer's beaten down over there.
Sure is. There it is. There it is.
You're welcome. I almost picked that.
So I was I was talking about it in the video. I was like, all right, where's the Why Me open from Ben? And there it was. Yeah. I think, well, we'll start with the Grove Dancer Beats.
The card's not that insane outside of black red.
It's pretty.
I mean,
good.
it's very
It's
good.
very good. Do that and that.
No. Stop. Horny bee.
That is a Forerunner. Wow. Flample? Flample Gull?
Flample gull. It's an angry gull.
Good God. Uh-huh. Yeah. I think we keep the beats.
Wow. All right. Down to 8.
This is Caryatid, okay. Guess I can move your graveyard over here.
I think we should go.
Okay. And smash.
Trading Gull for Discordant Piper feels pretty bad.
Why aren't you trading Caryatid, you weirdo?
I don't know.
Because of you.
No reason. No reason.
Need to splash it.
No reason.
I mean, that's very weird, dude.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
What the hell? Oh, let me say. Oh, so it can still be Dream Trawler. It can still be Dream Trawler. You got me all weirded out here, dude.
Stop.
So this bait's a deny if you have it, which I'd rather. I guess you counter this than counter my Woe Strider coming back. So I guess I just pass. What's this? Flash in. Final Death, my Grove Dancer. Sure. Mill in response. Okay.
All right.
Sure. Let's see what's going on upstairs.
No! God, that card's so good.
Ah, fishy. I unfortunately don't have the land. I guess I should still just...
So you got action in hand?
I have Omen of the Dead in hand. So I guess I just get back Woe Strider and play it. Doesn't seem that insane. I could get back Soul Reaper instead.
Kind of like getting back Soul Reaper if I'm you, honestly.
I think so too, right? Like, it does feel kind of wasteful to... Like,
And that's 2 free draws off your Go tokens. That's way better than Scries.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow, Ben with the assist, too. What a guy. What a guy. You're not just splashing Final Death, are you? That can't be true.
Nothing to see here.
That's gotta be Dream Trawler.
Here you go.
Smash.
All right. Home team's in trouble here.
Wow. Oh. Like a boss. Like a boss. Omen of the Hunt in response. Swamp. Oh, Ashiok.
Nothing to see here.
Okay, Ashiok makes sense. Ashiok is rough. I do not have the sick wings tech. Can't tap fast enough. All right, Goats, what do you have to say? Bottom.
Wait, why aren't you saving those to sack to the Soul Reaper?
Because that costs mana. Wouldn't I rather? I would rather just make sure my next draw is good, right?
I guess.
I guess there's a thought to like. I guess I can save this one, or not. I mean, saving that was good because now you are dead. All right.
To sideboarding.
To sideboarding.
Okay. A little sideboarding action here. Make sure my screen is still I can't talk. Make sure my screen is still sharing. Okay. Against what we saw there, we don't really have tech, honestly. Like, maybe we need to go for the Treacherous Blessing plan? Because Ethan's definitely trying to out-resource us. He's not super aggressive. Riptide Turtle blocks a Woe Strider. The Vexing Goals seemed good. It would be nice to blow him out with Inspire Raw, but I don't think we are there. Did Mystic Repeal have any good targets? It was like a Lampad. Not really. Second Brine Giant seems pretty strong. We just don't have a lot of room in the deck. Arachnir's good. I do think I want a second Brine Giant. I don't think we saw good enough targets for Mystic Repeal for me to want that. Then I have 5 sources for 3 black cards. Maybe we cut an island for a swamp. If we bring in Treacherous Blessing. Like, is that enough better than Thirst for Meaning? There's no way Shimmerwing Chimera is going to live to, like, actually let that go off, though, right? So I think we just keep it as is. I don't love Memory Drain. I think we just run it back. With the Brine Giant. Alright, see you in game 2.
So, here we are for sideboarding for game numero duo against Ben. Heartbeat doesn't seem that bad. especially if we think he's on the Ashiok plan. Though Ashiok is going to be brutal for me to deal with if that's what he has. I mean, honestly, I guess Remorse is a way to deal with Ashiok too. And Nightmare. I have ways to deal with it. Or he could just not have it, but I doubt that he's just splashing for Final Death. Yeah, I think Harpy is the only card that I would like to bring in. And I don't know over what. The 4/3 seems kind of derpy. Though it does put on pressure. And we didn't see a lot of things that he can block well with. Maybe on the draw we don't want Soul Reaper as much. I think maybe we would do that. Make that swap. Even though make Setessan Champion just a little worse, but I think the beef here is going to be better. So that's my plan. Give me the old deck swap.
Not quite. I guess I want to play first.
I'll keep.
Turn 1 play. Let's go.
Wow. What's that all about?
I curve out with the beats here.
Oh my god. 1 power into 2 power? What can I do about that? It's a good draw.
Binding of the Titans. Rip Renata. Oh, Elspeth Nightmare.
It's in the graveyard. Don't be afraid. Okay.
Champion? Oof. That's a yikes.
No Ictheo one time. I accept my fate of taking 5 here.
So you're going to go off with that bad boy, huh?
That's the plan. Get back a Sad Swamp. Play the Sad Swamp. Sure. Much life
value.
Much life gain. Very wow. Okay. Ho 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 ho. Wow. You took the bait, Benny.
You took the bait?
Took the bait.
What bait?
This bait.
Oh, wow. Rude.
And
just playing in circles around me over there.
okay. Sure. I think 5 life is important here.
Wow.
What?
That Harpy play.
All right.
Was that sideboard tech or was that main deck?
I did swap that in, yeah.
All empty.
All empty, all right. Well, that card's not getting better then. I'll take, I don't know, Naiad from your yard. And Favor.
Yeah, that card's so good against my deck.
And
You still have 5 cards in hand.
I mean, champion is ridiculous. And okay.
Huh. Guess I do this.
Wow.
I was doing some math there.
Feels rude. I mean, I think that then I trade.
Yeah, and you only like 6 for 1 me or whatever.
Right, so it doesn't seem like it did that much work.
Wow, that's a clock. Clock acquired.
Okay.
Get the removal spell.
I don't have a oh, I have a removal spell, yeah.
Wow. Removal spell and upgrade your creature. So your deck's very good.
My deck is very good, yes. That is correct.
I needed to see your draft log. That's it for me. Good games.
Good games. So wait, was it Ashiok?
It was Ashiok, yeah.
Okay.
It was Ashiok, in fact.
Makes
I think my deck would have ended up better if I had just abandoned Ashiok and played red-green. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
I got past. I made, like, there were a couple things where I could have done it and I didn't do it. And then by the time I didn't do those 2 things, it was a little too late. But I got past Tectonic Giant, Pack 2, Pick 2 by the person between us.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what that person was doing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Both you and I were Sultai stuff. So anyway, good games.
Good games.
And looking forward to the next showdown.
Yeah, for sure. See you, everybody.